Damn, good son, what you eating? Because you got a bowl over there. Oh. Two.
I live with birds from there. Sounds like I see you in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the...
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Who said the crowds wouldn't embrace football being back in L.A.? You certainly couldn't tell that by what we saw a few moments ago. These folks are pumped up as their Rams get set to do battle with the Houston Texans.
Listen, he there.
Greg Zerline, the Rams kicker, approaches, kicks it off. And here we go from Los Angeles. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Oh, okay. At least I'm in the room.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there, pick up the first down.
Okay, all right.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First down carry now for Miller. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Give me that, man. Come on.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Watson now to throw. Flush to his right. The catch made by Miller. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Here's a give to Miller. They give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watson hands to Miller on the draw. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Watson escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away.
Back in the end zone.
It was the free safety, LaMarcus Joyner, that time, able to make the play.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Now a former kicker at nearby UCLA, Kaimi Fairbairn, for the field goal try. This from 42 yards out. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. Well, of course, you want to find the end zone, but, you know, you go on the road, you get 3 points. I think you take it.
Yeah, pretty good start to the day for them, don't you think? Right? You go out there, get the 3 points. Now, look, it's not going to silence this crowd, but it might take a little bit of steam out of them right off the top.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
No, we weren't arguing. We was just discussing something. I said, I don't give a fuck what people do. I mean, I wasn't arguing. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, me.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Why did I do that, man?
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
76.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. They got him in, it's Woods. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to the ground game here. Gurley. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short
The way
gain.
you know that
What
was
makes a good run blitz?
Yeah.
A good run blitz.
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the
No,
gap
that
you're
was
supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard
man, come
line.
on, Madden cheating
8
the
yards
shit
on
out
the
of me.
pick up there, and it moves the sticks.
They're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door
okay.
of the red
You
zone.
can say
They'll
that.
run it now out of the gun. A gain of 3, 2nd
Yeah,
down.
you knew it. You knew it.
They have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll try the air now with Goff. Fight it into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And this one will be brought back to the 22. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. Watson hands this to Foreman, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson going deep for Hopkins. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. The Rams
Gene, you know
offense
you supposed to
now
got your
making their
ass
way
busted
out
right
to
there,
take
sir.
over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 1st down, L.A. Goff finding Higbee.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. With the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
76, tell him. 76.
again
Thanks,
here
man.
on first down. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down. To throw on second down is gone. Airing it out deep for Woods. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there for L.A. 51 yards. This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. They've got a first and goal from the 10-yard line. On first and goal, Gurley. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Rams are in for 6. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. Zerline out now to kick this one away. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Target.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Being chased out left. And he's going to have to eat this one.
70. Get out of my way.
So a minute 56 to play in this first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Counter, it's Miller looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Target.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Samson Abuka in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? A shotgun snap for Watson. Buying time to his left.
Oh, really? Really, I'm standing there throwing the ball.
He's the one to get it this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Goff now looking to throw. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Dunn coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. We have hit. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the 2nd half gets started. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Yeah, this is caught.
What in the hell did he get on
Grab there. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that. I know. That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make it play football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Goff. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And in Incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Value one. Value three.
Out of the gun. Gone. Looking this time for Woods, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Woods, the intended receiver. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Again, it's Miller. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. The Texans on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Now Watson. Out to his left. And he finds his man Griffin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Now a toss play. This is Foreman. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Now it's Watson, a bootleg. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
You got to give some credit there, able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
The Texans on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First catch there for Thomas. It's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Watson flushed out right. On the crossing route, complete. It's
He's up 288.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Like Sunday morning.
Now a handoff to Miller. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And Dominican Sue makes the tackle. Well, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other bats in the league.
Here's Gurley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Goff now looks to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players than football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
What's up?
Goff. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now, big third down conversion with a gain of 28. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Yeah, he just sent me an invite.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
He know everybody
It'll
playing.
wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Hey, Hellraiser, you awfully quiet now, fam. I was hearing you first quarter.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
I forgot you played 21 in this game. I should have tried to score that touchdown.
Now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Good move by Gurley. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros. Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Start left here.
Shit, fam, I'll let you run that motherfucker all the way down the field if you want. At 20 to nothing, ain't no way you come trying to win.
They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They come out here in the eye. On the ground to the tight end. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Gerald Everett taking it in. And the Rams are in for 6. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Zerline out now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra
Quit,
point.
fam.
That's it.
Good game. Yeah.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And this has been
He
a
sure
familiar
got
sight
quiet,
all
didn't he?
afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
Hey, fam, I don't think you want to run it. I don't think you want to run it back because remember you complained about Texas Stadium. I don't play I played at your home. You ain't gonna complain about the stadium.
They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
The Texans on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
That gets them the 1st down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
The drive continues as they search for a
No,
tying
fam,
touchdown.
I'm playing at my
Here's 1st
stadium.
and 10.
That means I get to play any way I want to.
This is Miller.
But I did close it. Because I don't like them showers too
midfield
much.
and into Ram territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They're making
No,
steady
it's still,
progress, but I
you
see
said
your
it's
face.
still
You're worried
dark. I
about that
closed it
clock.
the first time we was going to play.
At some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Ah, shit.
He'll look to throw. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he's taken down inside the 30. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it.
Damn, get some.
Watson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Miller, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively. A key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, They talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And a nice gain at 21 yards. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Back to throw.
Oh, this nigga drops my pass. This nigga drops my pass.
This game really from both teams, and there's another nice example there. Making it difficult to complete a pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. 3rd and long coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drape all over the pass.
You can't stop the kick. You got to kick it.
Exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Now it's Watson.
Oh, man, I don't believe this bullshit. I do not believe this bullshit here. I know I do. This money's not my money, man. This money, not my fucking money.
It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers
the whole month.
Time.
Nigga, I just threw the ball and it hit. It hits the dude in the back. Gets it hits him in the back. Now he's supposed to catch the ball. It's his route. Hits him in the back and it goes right onto one of the defenders.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Value three.
They hand off to their big tight end. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. And now the Texans want to call another timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, left.
They give it off here to the tight end.
Oh, look at that. They're going to give him shit.
And he's brought down before they get it across the 20-yard line. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Well, they go with a tight end carry. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Thank you for cheating me, girl. Thank you. I know I had that.
Goff going to throw it. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.
Man, why don't you start that shit? Hey, hit her. I owe you from yesterday, man. I'm sorry about yesterday. Yeah, I got you right now. Oh, shit. No, this is a bad fucking day for me right now. I'm just gonna be on this bitch. Big bank, take no bank. Big bank, take no bank. Type of money you gon' make type of money you gon' make from the hood, type of money make you stay away. Type of money gon' let you. Big bank, take no bank. Big bank, take no bank. Everything proper, no propaganda. Tropicana gold yard man down. Big a lot of like Sandra. Do a birthday party in a phantom. Big like a dinosaur did it. And you know, shining like acrylic. Yeah, but had cornrow. I can see you pain with the door closed. Now I'm looking for a glove with the strap. Hey, get some. You got your phone next to you, get some?
I said, you got your phone next to you? I'm trying to see if I can tell you who to go to for this video. That bitch so damn fine. Yeah.
She said, what you gonna do if I leave? I said, I'ma do me. B.I.G. Everything's
Yeah, I know.
big, homie looking like I'm moving in. Got my foot in the door and we still here. I'm a first generation millionaire. I broke the curse of my family not having. I'm passionate like just after more than just cashing. Feed me to the wolves, now I lead the packet.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to
that pass that hit the back of that boy's back should have been a touchdown. It did determine the game. Dad. Okay. All right, dude. All right.
So here's Kaini Fairbairn to do the honors. And off we go on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
A good pickup there, a 22. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. J.J. Watt, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Airing one deep for Crabtree. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The former first-round pick, Kareem Jackson, there defensively.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
3-19. 3-19.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he'll take it down shy of 45 at the 46. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
No.
They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. They go play action here on first down. He'll buy some time right. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And the young buck showing that ability,
so you say he
to dance outside the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerated
Hey,
a little
fam,
bit there, right?
I don't think you should be saying too much, though. You was quiet the last game.
That they make good decisions because
talk when you win, talk when you lose. That way I know you cool as hell. Just don't talk when you might be winning. I respect motherfuckers that talk when they lose too, you know what I'm saying? Because I know you can't win them all, but don't talk when you think you win. That's all I say.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look
you
to
say,
convert on what'll be a
oh, fam,
it's
your game. You can quit anytime. I ain't never saying nothing about that. But I mean, I'm just saying, you know, out of a respect thing, you know, you a front runner. That's all I'm saying. You only talk when you win.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
That factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit. Detroit.
On 2nd down, Jackson forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Crabtree the target on that one.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
After the interception, here's Watson, escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Terrific coverage in the end zone that time. Forced him out
points
of the pocket to his
the
right.
win.
I thought maybe he'd try and run it there,
win.
but no one came open for him. Nice job by the defense of not getting out of their lanes.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Watson.
Oh, I'm not looking at this motherfucker fall to the ground.
7-yard line. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find somebody to run the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football.
You'll not see him fall to the ground.
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. The drive starts with a run by Collins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
A right side catch by Crabtree. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. Jackson on first down. Brought in left side by Snead. The 20. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A huge play there on the screen pass. 46 yards.
Nigga took out my whole left side.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
From the gun, Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. John Brown, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. Watson will bring up the Texans here, first and 10 at the 20. They begin with a run by Miller. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On second down, here's Miller. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line.
Can't snap it.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. C.J. Mosley with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on fourth down. They're going for it. It's Watson rolling to his right. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the fourth down play to result in 23 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. A first down carry now for Miller. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of...
And hit behind the line.
Give me my shit back.
It's loose. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them pass it, has it? I mean, they've dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback in the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
To throw on second is Watson. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
It sure did.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Watson going to give this one to Miller. Sheds off the tackle. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep the... And he gets into the end zone. Ooh. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Texans are in for 6. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Good pass, man.
They'll begin the drive.
No, he just scored. I think he went into the side.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. But at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They go play action with Jackson. Rolling to his left. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now Jackson on first down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt In there to get him, his second sack now of the afternoon. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run. 1:59 to go in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Damn. Who you playing, Gene?
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it.
319. 319.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And this is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided there's a time to be aggressive. Now was...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz. And the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's a give to Miller. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. The Texans on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Watson now to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Richmond.
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Miller. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, Watson. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Demaryius Thomas from 13 yards out. And the Texans will extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Trying to lay one up deep, and that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
And an alley to run. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And finally he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15.
Oh, wow.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, wow. Is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 33. And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll run it again with Miller. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'll roll him out right. Going deep for Hopkins. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try to find something.
Ready boy, I think ready boy, ready.
Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th. They are going for it. Here's Watson. And this is caught. Demaryius Thomas. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 4th down, no problem. Just
no, ain't nobody else they had. I came in. I'm going to tell you how it went down. God dang. Yeah. But ain't nobody else been in there. It was only us 6 in here. That's it. It was nobody else.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage.
He played him. I played him.
43-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. coverage there at all. Maybe
man, what was that?
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Texans on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 11. Off of play action, it's Watson. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 15. Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup. 41 yards. So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans will add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean,
and he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Now it's Jackson. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Brandon Carr on the coverage there.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Miller will get it. He has been busy today. And room there to work it inside the 25. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Watson. And they're raising pressure too much. Down he goes. Zadarius Smith in there to drop it for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Flush to his right. And that's going to be incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them. They've got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They give him a gain of 37. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to air one out. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Willie Snead, 38 yards. And the Ravens cut into that lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. I know they're down, but starting the 3rd quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen. Steal a possession, try and steal some points.
Hey, fam, put on the accelerated clock. That way it goes fast.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those
I don't know why he got that name. He must be good at another game.
They put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Again, it's Miller. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. They get 9 yards back.
I ain't say he can't
They're
play.
left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. The Texans on 3rd down.
I ain't say he ain't good.
Average 40%, 4 for 10. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Yeah, but that don't mean he...
Now a 20th carry of the game for Lamar Miller.
Because he ain't raising hell. That's why I'm saying. I thought, he'd be doing something.
20-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Now a handoff to Miller. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Hey, fam, I'll give you this game, man. You can have this game. I don't care if you win or lose.
And stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
I know at retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
He'll get it up the middle. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Now Watson,
that was supposed to happen.
Incomplete, nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game, his 3rd field goal of the game.
Man, you're going to kick this field goal, and I'm going to quit. I'm going to let you win this game.
You get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you
I mean, not let you, but you
a little
won't.
bit of a margin of error, don't you?
And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Big hold to the 30, and he'll slide down to avoid the contact. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Going for the deep ball.
Got it.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings
they just got lucky as hell.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Play action. It's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 23 yards on the play.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
It's complete to Snead. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah,
and down he
There you go, JJ.
They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. J.J.
Yeah, there you go, JJ.
Getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing is Jackson, and the hit.
He dropped that?
It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Caught by Snead over the middle. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from 5 yards out, and the Ravens have cut it to within a score. Now a big play here as the Ravens are going to go for the 2-point conversion. From the gun, Jackson, and they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none, because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Watson now on second down. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Lamar Miller. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Now look at this. They get the
what the
turnover they
fuck?
need. It's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides. So I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
Anytime
right.
we have a
That's
defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A handoff, running left is Miller. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move
I had the wrong running back in
and
there.
open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Running left is Miller. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Caught left side, Hopkins. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, a 22.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They go back to the ground now with Miller. And he'll be taken down at the 34. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. He'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he'll be out of bounds. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play. A really explosive play that gets wiped out. And you have to start over after the penalty.
Defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. To throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Now the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's picked off by the safety.
You know what? Liberty City, you deserve that because some fact they took that out of Hopkins' hands. They took it out of Hopkins' hands. They took that out of his hands. I ain't never seen no shit like that.
Here's a first down run with Collins.
Now they won't block from me.
Room past the 20. A big pickup there without question.
They took it out his hand.
To wrap this one up.
I ain't never seen no
Every
shit
player
like
I
that.
know tends to play the game in his mind before it actually happens. There's no way he thought that at this stage of the game, this would be his first big run like that.
Yeah, but it's got to feel for him like the floodgates open, a sigh of relief. Now
Man, that's a robbery.
See if it can continue.
And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to
Boy,
burn
that's
their
a
final
robbery.
timeout.
You know, they gave you that out of his hand.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles.
They actually stole it out of his hands. Wow.